that's what you have to go do, because you're trying to get your own mind right to be able to come back and help the team tomorrow.
John, what's the worst thing you pitch hit for, being the guy in front of you being pitched around to get to you?
You know what? He's the guy, standing there on deck when all right, this happened in the National League a lot. They'll pitch around the 7-hole hitter to get to me, knowing that I was there in the 8-hole, the pitcher was there in the 9-hole, and late in the ballgame thinking, all right, shit, are they gonna pitch it for me or are they gonna pitch it for the pitcher? And not a great feeling. All the time, you try to prepare as much as you can, but I'd rather be that guy. I've been pitched around. I've intentionally walked, if you can believe it, in the National League to get to the pitcher. So,
did that make you feel good?
Oh, it made me feel great.
Hey, John, listen, really appreciate you doing this, taking time out of your day with your family for us. Thanks for breaking some stuff down and giving us some real-life experiences, what's going on here. But go and enjoy your golf game. Hope it doesn't rain.
Hey, I appreciate it. Enjoy the heck out of this, where the Jays are. I know it was tough the other night, but enjoy it. It could be one of the better August, Septembers that you guys have had with baseball. And I'm hoping that happens so I can get up there and watch a playoff game.
We certain to God hope so, too.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Guys.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Johnny Mac, one of the all-time most beloved Jays, he was one of those. He brought his hard hat and his lunch bucket to work every day, or as Drake says, every day. He never took a day off, that guy. Always ready, always prepared, always sucked it up, never had an ego, and that's why people love him. That's why guys love Josh Donaldson. Same thing. Just need some help. Right, like big, and I just can't stress enough. Yes, Felix Dubron was great. Jays win last night 2-1. He goes 6 2/3. In comes Bo Schultz. He shuts the door. Then Aaron Luke shuts the door. And then Osuna is Osuna. So good. He should be. You know what? Chris Bryant's an All-Star. No reason why Roberto Osuna shouldn't be on the All-Star roster.
He actually, it sounds kind of crazy, but look at the stats. He's right in the mix.
And he's 20 years old.
I think when Blue Jays and they brought Roberto Osuna in to the Blue Jays roster, I think was it this year or last year? The dude's been bouncing around with multiple teams he's played with, but him now in Toronto and the game that he has come in to win or close, I guess Osuna has really impressed me. Because he's well poised, he's not oversells, he just does his job. It's not one of those big name closers, but he has come in, do his magic, and get the W.
He looks so composed. And all that time that he started pitching in the Mexican League when he was 16 years old, much to the dismay of Donald Trump himself. Like he's a 16-year-old, all of a sudden he's got so much poise and calm. He's only 20 years old, and you forget that when you watch him pitch, because he's so poised on the mound.
Yeah, and last time we saw it, I don't think the Jays need to go hard after a closer anymore, eh? And that was such a big part of the conversation.
They will.
Well, I just hope the rotation, I think rotation is the number one need. But look at what Osuna's doing now. I mean, guys on second with one out, pop fly, and then a little pop up to Josh Donaldson, game over. And man, does he throw hard. He's awesome.
Osuna.
Yeah.
Yeah, 98, 99. I think he touched 100 a couple nights ago too. But he has this ability to pull the string on it, and he's got great movement on it. Is it a slider, a curveball, or a little bit of both? But at the same time, I mean, he's just so competitive and so composed. You know, as soon as he's done, he does the same thing every day. He looks up, thanks God, and that's what you want in your closer, guys. It close games, but it doesn't necessarily mean that stuff isn't in the works. Alex Anthopoulos on Timothy said the other day now has given us a time frame for potentially making some kind of deal.
I think we're going to have some opportunities here in the next 2 to 3 weeks to do some things. No guarantees. I know a lot of clubs are going to look for the same thing, but I think we all see the same things, and we see where we can improve, and obviously it's on me and it's on our staff to try to do that.
And that's all interesting. I mean, and we know what he's talking about. We don't have to, really get into it too much. He needs a starter. He needs probably a closer. And how good would it be if he did go out and get a Pavel on to pitch tonight? That Osuna's there to do. He can pitch a 7 and an 8. He's good for 4, 5, 6 outs. He's proven that this year. He's not getting tired. He's not slowing down. How much stronger would that rotation be if they can go kind of all the way here? And then on top of it, needing a starter. But he said no one's willing to kind of trade because everybody still thinks they're in it at some point.
It's slowly starting to move a little bit, getting some return calls, but a lot of clubs are just saying, look, we're not ready. We're not ready to do something. We think we're a week away. We have a hot week. We think we can get right back in it. I think they want to give themselves as much time as they can.
Now that's interesting. But here's where it gets really interesting. This one's fast. This is juicy. This is meaty. There's some meringue in this pie. That's a new one. That's pretty good.
If we can't seem to get what we want from a prospect standpoint, we need to open it up and be creative, and similar to what Oakland and the Red Sox did last year with John Lester and Smitty's, we'll definitely be open to doing something like that as well.
What's the number one name that pops in your head?
Edwin Encarnacion.
Right.
The name I thought of, because he's got next year's him and Jose's last year, and can you trade Encarnacion and the offense will still be good, right? How much will you miss Edwin? It's a really interesting question, but that's the guy you can maybe trade and get a lot back for. Now, do you have to package him in a 3-way deal? Because a lot of the starting pitchers out there that are rumored with the Jays are on teams where they don't necessarily need Edwin Encarnacion this year. But is it part of a 3-way deal, right,
where someone needs a bat in the middle of the order?
Right. And
someone needs a game breaker. Someone wants to shed salary, and someone wants to get younger.
Right. Yeah. And teams like the Phillies and the Reds, they're going to be looking at the top prospects of the Jays. But it's a really interesting thing because we haven't talked about that much. Would somebody come off the roster as currently constituted?
Can I throw some names at you? I want your opinion on it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Justin Smoke. I should throw him into the mix.
No.
Well, no one's dealing for Smoke and
Edwin.
A lot.
Edwin? Yeah.
What are you looking to get?
Would you trade him though? Yes or no? Edwin?
Yeah.
Well, if the return is, let's do a quick deal here. We're general managers. Cueto for Hoffman. Cueto for Hoffman and Papelbon. Cueto for Hoffman and what's his name? Edwin.
The Reds sure, but the Reds have no need for Edwin right now.
Right. No, but if they could package him off somewhere else, would you get rid of? My point is, would you get rid of those two guys to bring in a Johnny Cueto?
I think when it comes to viewers, sure.
That's big.
But when it comes to pitchers, I don't think Alex is trading for a guy who's a rental like a Cueto. It has to be a guy with some control.
Maybe.
I don't necessarily.
If you look at the rotation, here's the thing. But here's the thing: if he can get into the play, so it's a bridge thing, right? If he can get this team into the playoffs, get everybody energized, trade for some studs, some starters, one to maybe 2 stars, maybe a closer. Pushes this team into the playoffs. He's got some job security next year, but then he can start planning that again and go out and maybe get an arm, provided they do well, because that will sell itself to players, right?
Right.
So what I'm trying to do is you get rid of Edwin, you get rid of Hoffman. Would you do a Norris and an Edwin if you could bring in a Cueto?
Yes.
Would you do Castro?
Yeah, I think
Edwin, these young Devin Travis, what would you do? Would you let go of Devin Travis for the Reds?
That's a tough one to me because he's the future second baseman of the Toronto Blue Jays for years.
But it's now. We're talking now. People
want, but that's a tough one to me.
But you kind of need him now. I mean, you could in the right deal. Hey, anybody's game. But to me, you'd rather. I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I'd rather see Edwin out the door than Devin Travis. As crazy as that is,
right?
Because